The Gilded Cage and the Narrow Path characters, Julian Vance, 20s arrogant, privileged, later humbled and transformed. Elena Rodriguez, 20s quiet, devout, resilient maid, Mr. Vance, 50s Julian's wealthy, somewhat detached father. Maria, 30s fellow maid, Elena's friend, Dr. Aris Thorne, 40s empathetic physician. Pastor David, 50s kind, wise, spiritual leader. Mark, 20s Julian's superficial friend. Act I, The Gilded Cage, Scene 1. Vance Estate living room day, a sprawling, opulent living room. Sunlight streams through tall windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Julian Vance, impeccably dressed, sprawls on a plush sofa, scrolling through his phone, a half-empty glass of amber liquid on the table beside him. Mr. Vance, stern and impeccably suited, enters, phone pressed to his ear. Mr. Vance, the man standing and talking into phone, curtly. No, I expect those figures by end of day. No excuses. He hangs up, sighing, and looks at Julian. Still lounging, Julian. Don't you have that charity gala tonight? Your mother expects you to make an appearance. Julian, without looking up, charity galas are for people who need to be seen, Dad. My presence is already assumed. Besides, what's another boring speech about starving artists when I could be? He gestures vaguely with his free hand. Contemplating the existential dread of modern existence, Mr. Vance, a dry chuckle, right. Your existential dread. Don't forget your responsibilities, Julian. This empire won't run itself, Mr. Vance exits. Julian rolls his eyes, then glances up as Elena, a young maid in a crisp uniform, quietly enters the room, carrying a tray with fresh flowers. She moves with a graceful efficiency, her eyes downcast. Julian, a smirk playing on his lips, well. Look what the cat dragged in. Or rather, what the butler assigned to dusting duty. Elena pauses, her back to him, placing the flowers in a vase. She doesn't react. Julian, louder, enjoying the power dynamic new around here, aren't you? I haven't seen your face before. What's your name, Cinderella? Elena turns slowly, her expression serene, not intimidated. Her eyes, though humble, hold a quiet strength. Elena, sir. And I've been here a month. Julian, feigning surprise, a month. And I'm only just noticing you. My apologies. Clearly, I've been too engrossed in. He gestures around the opulent room, all this. So, Elena, what's a pretty girl like you doing polishing silver when you could be out enjoying life? Elena, softly, but clearly, I am enjoying life, sir. I find joy in my work and in serving God and following Jesus. Julian, he laughs, a short, sharp sound. God, really? That's still a thing. I thought people outgrew imaginary friends by, what, age 10? My father's God is the stock market. Mine is, well, whatever I want it to be. Elena, her gaze unwavering, he is real, sir. And he offers a peace that no amount of wealth can buy. A peace that lasts. Julian, he stands, walking closer to her, invading her personal space. His tone drops, becoming more predatory. And what if I told you I could offer you a different kind of peace, Elena? A more tangible one. One that comes with less dusting and more comfort. Elena takes a small step back, her hands clasped in front of her. Her composure is remarkable, but a flicker of unease crosses her face. Elena, sir, with all due respect, I am not interested in comfort of that kind. My faith in Jesus Christ is my comfort. And I believe you, too, could find it if you only opened your heart. Julian, he scoffs, but there's a hint of something else in his eyes, curiosity, perhaps mixed with annoyance. Open my heart. To what? More sermons? No, thank you. I prefer my heart firmly closed, thank you very much. It keeps things uncomplicated. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a gala to pretend to enjoy. Julian turns abruptly and exits, leaving Elena standing alone, her gaze fixed on the spot where he stood. She sighs, then quietly begins to pray. Scene 2, Vance Estate kitchen. Later day. Maria, another maid, is wiping down a counter. Alina enters, looking thoughtful. Maria, everything all right, Alina? You look like you've seen a ghost. Or worse, Mr. Julian. Alina, a small smiley, spoke to me again. He was persistent. Maria scoffs. Persistent is one word for it. Creepy is another. That boy thinks he owns the world and everyone in it. You need to be careful, Alina. He doesn't understand the word no. Alina, he needs Jesus, Maria. He's lost. Maria shakes her head. He needs a good slap, if you ask me. Just be careful, okay? I've seen his type before. Scene 3, Vance Estate Library night. Julian is in the library, ostensibly reading, but his eyes keep darting to the doorway. Alina enters to dust the antique furniture, her presence a quiet hum in the vast room. Julian watches her, a calculating glint in his eye. Julian, smoothly. Alina. Fancy meeting you here. Enjoying the quiet solitude of the written word. Alina, without looking at him, continuing her dusting. Just doing my duties, sir. Julian, he closes his book with a snap, rising and moving towards her. He blocks her path to the door. Duties, right. You know, I've been thinking about what you said. About peace and God. Alina, she stops dusting, her posture stiffening slightly. Oh. Julian, yes. And I've come to the conclusion that perhaps you're right. I could use some peace. And I think you're just the person to provide it. Alina, her voice firm despite the proximity. Sir, I am a servant in this house. My duty is to my work, not to personal matters. Julian, he leans in, his voice a low murmur, his hand hovering near her arm. But what if I made it part of your duties? A special assignment just for me. Think of the opportunities, Alina. A better position, more money, less strenuous work. All you have to do is be a friend to me. A very close friend. Alina's eyes meet his, and for a moment a flash of fear is visible, quickly replaced by a steely resolve. Alina stepping back, creating a small distance between them. My friendship, sir, is not for sale. And my God is not mocked. I pray you reconsider your words and your actions. Julian, his charm evaporates, replaced by irritation and a hint of menace. Don't lecture me, girl. You work for my father. I could have you fired with a word, or worse. Don't think for a second you're indispensable. Alina, her voice trembling slightly, but her gaze unwavering. My worth is not determined by this house, sir, nor by your words. It is in Christ alone. Julian stares at her, a muscle twitching in his jaw. He's not used to being defied. He finally steps aside, a sneer on his face. Julian, get out, go on. Get back to your duties. But remember this, Alina. Everyone has a price. And everyone eventually breaks. Alina quickly exits the library, her heart pounding. Julian watches her go, then slams his fist on a nearby table, rattling the antique lamps. He's furious, but also unsettlingly more intrigued. Scene 4, Vance Estate Garden Day. Mr. Vance is speaking with the head gardener. Julian approaches, looking agitated. Mr. Vance to Julian. Julian. What's got you so ruffled? You look like you've lost $1 million. Julian dismissively. Nothing, father, just staff issues. Some of them need to be reminded of their place. Mr. Vance raises an eyebrow. Staff issues. Be careful, Julian. Our staff are loyal, and good help is hard to find. Don't cause unnecessary trouble. It reflects poorly on the family. Julian scoffs. Don't worry, father. I'm perfectly capable of handling a maid. It's just a matter of time, Mr. Vance shakes his head, a hint of weariness in his expression, but says nothing further. He turns back to the gardener. Julian walks away, a dark determination in his stride. He pulls out his phone, making a call. Julian into phone. Mark. Yeah, it's Julian. Listen, I need a distraction tonight. Something fast. Something reckless. You in? Mark. OS. Excited, you know it, man. Where we headed? Julian a dangerous smile somewhere I can forget about. Everything and everyone